Question for everyone. What is one Pokemon card or sealed Pokemon product that has made you way more money than what you thought it would? In other words, what's an investment that has just absolutely surprised you? And that is what today's video is all about. So please leave a comment down below. What's an investment that has absolutely surprised you? Maybe one you thought, yeah, I'll take a risk on that, but didn't expect it to pay off the way it would. These are 5 examples from me that have paid off way more than I thought they possibly would. I'll get into number 1 in a second, but before we do that, I just wanted to mention about this whole premise about things performing way better than what you thought they would. Look, everything's been pretty hot at the moment, hasn't it? So many sealed products, so many singles have been performing amazingly well. We can't deny that, they just have been. But sometimes there's just a product that performs way better than you thought it would. And when that happens, there's actually a lot of things we can learn about that. So in this video, as well as going over 5 things that, or 5 sealed products that have performed way better than what I thought they would, let's talk about the learnings we can take away from each one as we go through this, because I guess it can be a little bit of an educational piece as to how to park our money in the future, essentially. So number 1, the first one for me is a Unified Minds booster box. Now, back in, it would have been very close to the start of 2020. Pokemon was hot, Darkness Ablaze was out, Vivid Voltage was just about to hit shelves, and it was that start of this fear of COVID and supply chain issues and everything else coming along, and I decided to buy myself a Unified Minds booster box. Unified Minds was the second last Sun and Moon set after Hidden Fates. Sorry, before Hidden Fates being the final set. And it just copped I don't know if you'd call it a big reprint, maybe a small to medium-sized reprint of booster boxes. And look, everything had sort of climbed up because of this hype around, I guess, Pokemon in general and people sitting at home and collection, and Logan Paul was starting to come into the forefront a little bit, and prices were dear. But after its second reprint, I thought maybe it'd be a good time to buy it. And essentially, to talk you through the numbers, I paid $270 for a Unified Minds booster box. And right now, looking at these numbers on the screen, it's $3,026. And look, a lot of that growth has happened in the last 6 to 12 months. I admit that, but what a surprise. I said for a while I thought Unified Minds was a better set than it was ever given credit for. And I've said also for a long time that Ghost Psychic-based sets just perform so much better than what people think. They always have, and they seem to, in my opinion, always will. If you've got cards in there like Mew, Mewtwo, etc., Gengar, those Ghost Psychic sets just seem to pop off. And Unified Minds for me, when I bought it, I was like, you know what, I think this set is going to perform a little bit better than what the numbers sort of admit. And talking about the numbers, if you go into total set value, you can see how much that's changed over the last 5 years. Total set value has absolutely flown up in the last 5 years. And this is one of the biggest takeaways we can get from a set like this is, just because it doesn't look great at the time doesn't mean it's not going to be great in the future. People's perception towards cards will change, and one of the fundamentals you've got to look at is a few things. And this is why I bought it. I thought the box art is awesome. Okay, it's got Mew and Mewtwo chilling on the front. You can't go wrong there. There are Mew and Mewtwo cards inside this set. There's a Tyranitar card inside this set. For me, the fundamentals were just there for this to be a good booster box. So I bought it. And the other side of it is, look at some of the examples, like the Psyduck alt art, for argument's sake. The Slowpoke and Psyduck alt art. Forever and a Day, or early back when this set comes out, it was like a $15 to $20 card. Now it's a $200 card. It's just crazy how sometimes people's perceptions towards particular cards, and therefore total set value, and therefore sealed product, can completely change over time. And it's almost like the chicken and the egg, isn't it? Which one comes first? Like, is it the booster box going up that's causing singles to rise? Is it the singles going up that's causing the booster box to rise? In my opinion, it's probably more the latter. It's probably more the singles going up that's causing the booster box to go up with it. But there's a little takeaway, and continuing on this chain, number two for me, when it comes to investments that have surprised me, Fusion Strike, and going down this Ghost Psychic train. I remember it was about 18 to 19, maybe 18 to 20 months ago, so probably January 2024, a mate and I were sitting down and we said, look, you know what, Fusion Strike, it's starting to run out of stock. Most of the major retailers online don't have it anymore. It'd been sitting online for a long time and had been sitting pretty dormant at a relatively low booster box price. And even eBay stores, no one had multiple boxes. Maybe there's a few eBay sellers that had 2 or 3 boxes, but the rest were individual single boxes. And we counted up about 50 booster boxes. This is Australian dollars, but I'll convert it to US. It was about 140 to 150 USD. There's about 50 boxes around that price. And once they sold out, it quickly jumped to 170 USD, then 180 USD, then 200 USD. And we thought, you know what? This sets out a rotation. It's not going to be printed again. This is probably the perfect time to buy it. But I didn't expect it to perform how it's done. Like we paid, back when I bought this box when it first came out, it was 100 US dollars. And now it's 1,000 US dollars. And look, again, a lot of that growth has happened in the last 12 or so months, but just crazy how it can change. And it's the same thing. You look at some of these cards inside here, like you look at the Alt Art Celebi for argument's sake. You look at the Alt Art Mew for argument's sake. These cards forever and a day were like 25 to 30 US dollars raw. Now, the Celebi I think is pushing 75 US dollars raw. I think the Mew inside there is like it's like a $150 to $200 card raw. Like it's crazy how people's perception towards certain cards will change. Therefore, the total set value of the set will change. Therefore, the sealed product price will change. I always harp on about how important the total set value is for future sealed value. And that total set value predominantly comes from the top 5 hits. So the top 5 hits are so important. There's 2 takeaways we can get from Unified Minds and Fusion Strike. Before I jump into number 3, just wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. You can follow my journey down below if you want to check me out. Pokeol's in the content creators section. The big one is there's so much you can do on this app. You can add all your sealed, all your singles, heaps of cool new features added to this app though. You can of course sign up and become a pro member to see the data that I'm looking at across all time since this app's inception. The other part is though, when you're filtering your portfolio now, you can filter through things like daily gains to see, how your day or week's been with, what products have performed the best for you at any given moment. You can also filter it from most expensive product you have to least expensive. But the big one now is if you go into your final tab on the right, it was only paper gains prior to the massive update that came out a month ago. And that massive update now shows you realized gains. So rather than just showing what you've paid and what your on paper value is of your collection, you can actually put in when you've sold something and lock in profit. So you can see how much profit you've made across your journey through the Collector app. Amazing app, link in the description to download it. Number 3 for me, and this is a bit of an outlier, regular Elite Trainer boxes. I'm going to show a few up on the screen here just to show you how a few have been performing. This is the video that I guess, I wouldn't say it went viral. It's got over 100,000 views now. It's my most popular video. And I was talking through things that I won't be doing when it comes to Pokemon card investing anymore. And one of them was investing heavily in Elite Trainer boxes and just regular Elite Trainers, not Pokemon Center Elite Trainers, regular Elite Trainer boxes. And look, it still rings true for me, unless it's from a holiday set like a, Prismatic Evolutions or 151 for argument's sake. I think they're great investments. But from a main set that has booster boxes, what I was getting at in that video is, you're better off investing in the booster box, like you'll get better returns. The regular Elite Trainer boxes, based on how many reprints they seem to get now, they're just not going to perform as well as their older counterparts. Like we're not going to see what we saw from some of the XY Elite Trainer boxes or even some of the Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes. And I still stand by that, I do. But it still has actually surprised me how well some regular Elite Trainer boxes have gone, considering how much they're being printed. And it just shows the strength of the Pokemon market. Sets like Chilling Reign, sets like Battle Styles Elite Trainer boxes, which were like 35 US dollars forever and a day. And now they're like nudging, 80, 90, 100 US dollars an Elite Trainer box. Even something like a Lost Origin, which was printed into the ground and selling for very, very cheap prices, flash sales, Black Friday sales, very, very cheap, is now like $150 an Elite Trainer box. It's crazy how they've performed, like in comparison to other investments, like, the S&P 500 and stuff. They haven't performed anywhere near as well as their booster box counterparts, but it's just crazy how well they've performed overall. The 4th one I want to talk to you about is the Celestial Storm Elite Trainer box. I bought this not even expecting it to go up. Rayquaza is well and truly one of my favorite Pokemon. You can see it sitting here, the Celestial Storm Elite Trainer box. It came out in 2018, Celestial Storm, so it's 7 years old now. The 7th main expansion from Sun and Moon. Crazy. Crazy how much that box has gone up. Like, I didn't buy it cheap, I don't think, when I bought it. I paid 150 US dollars for it. It's now nudging 1,200 US dollars. And that just goes to show that Sun and Moon Elite Trainer boxes have just, it's just crazy. You know, look, I don't think Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet main set elite trainer boxes are going to reach these heights. They'll still perform well, like I just mentioned, but it's crazy how well some of these older elite trainer boxes are performing. That is a massive gain, and the artwork on that elite trainer box is phenomenal, so it deserves to go up. But I did not expect it to do that. I literally just bought that for a collection piece. I didn't expect it to have the returns that it got. And finally, I like to talk about Pokemon investing being for everyone. Not everyone can go out and buy 100 elite trainer boxes of prismatic evolutions and hope it goes to the moon. Not everyone can go out and buy a couple of booster boxes of each set that comes out. You know, the cost of living is very, very expensive, but it is accessible still to everyone. You know, there's things like 3-pack blisters, there's regular elite trainer boxes, even buying single booster packs can prove very, very fruitful. And that's the 5th example I wanted to give you. I can remember buying 20 loose Lost Thunder booster packs, and I paid 10 Australian dollars each for them, which is probably about, at the time, the conversion rate was 68 cents in the US dollar to the Australian dollar. So I probably paid about $6.80 USD per Lost Thunder booster pack. I wish they were booster boxes. And got 20 of them, about $6.80 each. Let's just say it's $7. Now they're going for 30 US dollars a loose booster pack. It is just crazy how even those smaller, whether it's an ancillary product or a loose booster pack, if you're budget conscious and you just want to feel like you're going to be part of it, I mean, it's easy. Like, even if it was like a 151 loose booster pack, when that set first came out, they were relatively cheap. Now they're damn expensive. But even if it was something like that, to say you're being part of it, like, it's cool to have those in your collection investment. And it's crazy what some investments will do when you just don't expect it. Like buying 20 loose Thunder booster packs, I didn't expect them to go from $7 US to $30 US, you know, in the space of 3 or 4 years. But crazy what they do. Again, leave me a comment down below. What's your craziest investment? What's something that made you way more than what you thought it would? I'm Michael. This is PokeOz. Thanks for tuning in and supporting the channel. Catch everyone next time.